I'm just going to do a quick recap of what we talked about on Thursday. I'm in InDesign. Excuse me. I'm going to make a new document. As a reminder, our document is 5.5 inches wide. 5.5 by 8.5 inches high. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that the facing pages button is on for reasons that I will show you in a second. So here is my document. Here's my first page. InDesign automatically assumes that your first page is always a right-hand page. Talk about that more on Monday. I'm going to drag down this. I'm in my pages window, which I can find here, P for pages. So now I've made 3 pages. I am going to make a text box. I'm going to keep it kind of narrow. And I'm going to go to File, Place. And I'm going to go to my desktop. Here on my desktop, I have the Word file. Where is it? Typographic terms. All right. And I'm going to say Open. And now I have placed the file Typographic Terms. Now, I only need up to about body copy. So I'm going to grab this. I've got my type tool here in InDesign. I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to cut it. Now it's in the clipboard. I'm going to do Command A or select all and hit the delete key and then hit the paste button. So what I've done is I've cut this piece of text out and put it here. All right, in a single text box. I don't have anything. You'll notice I don't have a little red plus sign. This is all I've got. Now, I'm keeping the column kind of narrow because a super wide column like this is very difficult to read. So let's keep the column kind of narrow. We'll talk more about columns on Monday. And I'm going to come up to type. I'm going to come all the way down to the end and say show hidden characters. Now I can see these extra hard returns, these pilcrows. I'm only going to delete the extra ones. This one's fine and this one's fine. This is the one I want to get rid of. So I'm going to take that out. All right. So I'm going to pick 2 typefaces that go together. One, and you'll notice, see how that's pink? That's in a typeface called Cambria that was set in the Word file. I don't have Cambria on my machine, and so you can see it's turning pink, like, who am I? What am I? Where am I? So I'm going to go in and grab everything, and let's say I'm going to do Caslon for the body copy. I'll do Caslon regular, and then I'm going to do, let me see, I'm going to make it a couple of sizes bigger, so it's 14 point now. And I'll do Red Hat bold. All right, Red Hat display, excuse me. And I'll use the black weight. And then finally, I'm going to come up here to paragraph styles. And I'm going to add some space. So watch, I'm going to grab all of these. This is space above, this is space below. Whichever one you pick, try and be consistent. If you mix space above and space below, it can get confusing. You notice that I'm in inches. I don't want to be in inches. I want to be in, I'm going to go to preferences. Let's see. Let me go up to preferences and I'll go up to units and increments. And I'll go to picas. I like to set type in picas. And now I can add some space between everything. Now, I don't think I want extra space between this head and this body copy. Now on Monday we'll talk again about paragraph styles, but for now I'm going to take this out, and just for now I'm going to come up here and get my, just while you're picking your typefaces, let me get my eyedropper tool. See how the eyedropper tool is now filled with black? And if I come over here, now the important thing is when you use the eyedropper tool in this way, make sure excuse me, that you get that pilcrow, that hard return at the end. And so I'm just going to do, whoops, I'll pick that up. Whoops, I keep dropping it, sorry. Pick that up. We only need to do this once because from here on in, after this, we're going to be using paragraph styles. We want to keep this easy for you, for your homework. So there's my first text. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say, this is Red Hat over Caslon. All right? I'll put an extra hard return in there. Well, I'll add some paragraph space. There we go. Okay, so there's my first type choice. And I'm going to do that at least one more time. I'm going to put my finger on the shift key, finger on the option key as I slide this along. The shift key keeps it on an even horizontal. The option key makes a copy. Now I've got 4 of these, so I can do some more explorations. I could, for example, change this to, I don't know, Futura. I'll use Futura Medium for the body copy. Now, just take a look at something. We talked about this a little bit in class. This is 10 point. This is 10 point. Different typefaces set type in different ways. So depending on the typeface you choose, you know, maybe this is too big. Maybe you want this to be Futura 9 point. See that? So we'll think about that anon. We won't think about that now. For now, just go ahead and choose some different typeface pairs. So I'll do, let's see, I'll do Bodoni. All right. So again, and I'm definitely going to make this bigger. I'm thinking about contrast. I'm thinking about what looks good, not just by itself, but one to the other. Okay? And then once I've done this, I can do Bodoni on Futura. And then again, I can take my tool. Oops. I can take this tool, pick up this sample, change this. You can see I missed the T. Change this. This is just to save time so that you're not at this all night. Whoops. All right. Now let me just show you. I'm going to empty out the eyedropper by going back. Let me pick this up. Occasionally, as it just happened, everything will turn black. Just hit undo. It's a glitch in the tool that happens every once in a while. Oops. So just go ahead. I want at least 2, but you can do as many as you like. I want you to do some explorations. And the explorations, you can see this is cut off. The explorations, like, are you thinking of something really classy? Are you thinking, whoops, see that? I'm going to hit undo. I've still picked up the copy style. Don't worry if that happens. But think a little bit about your tone. Think a little bit about your mood. You can change your mind later. You're not locked into these. But I just want you to think about type and how type looks and what kind of mood you're going for. I want to see an exploration. Don't just grab the first 2 typefaces that you find. Really take a minute and see what you like. And most importantly, I'm going to come down here and choose the preview button. Look at them side by side and see. So for example, I will point out that this is the same point for the body copy. These are slightly larger. Body copy here is the same size. See how differently it sets? I want you to start to understand about copy and how it works, about text. All right, now to submit this, let's say you're only going to do 2. You've got 1 on this page and 1 on this page. To submit this, you're going to go File, Adobe PDF Exports. Now yours is going to look a little different than mine, but you should have smallest file size. All right, we'll call it Chris Dykman Type Samples or Project 3 or whatever you want to call it. Hit save. This is the button. I want spreads and I want pages 2 to 3. And I'm going to make sure this button is checked on, View PDF after exporting. And there it is. View PDF after exporting means I automatically open up Acrobat. I get to see what I've done. and I can take a look at this and just, maybe I want to add more line spacing or whatever. We can do that later. Right now, the typographic choice is important. Please remember to label your typographic choices so that when we discuss them in class, you know what you're talking about. This PDF is what I would like you to upload. Okay.